Welcome back to Mikey's Orbital Garbage Project Special Edition. This week, a tribute to Oliver Tree. Rest in peace, rest in power to the one and only Oliver Tree. One thing Mr. Tree taught me was to, he didn't actually teach me this, but he reinforced something that I believe, something I've lived by, something I always have, I always will, no matter where I'm going, no matter where I went, no matter who I'm with, or who I was just with, or who I'm going to be with, regardless, under any circumstances, this truth. It's good to be silly. Mr. Oliver Tree was a silly man, and his legacy will live on. Through his foundation for baby geniuses. And I've been listening to his albums, his records, watching podcast clips of him dressed as the Shrek, or Elmo, or just himself, being a goon, being silly. It's good to be silly, folks. If we remember one thing in Oliver Tree's honor, we need more weird people, and we need more silly folk. We need more silliness in our world. And now we're here at the Mike Keith Orbital Garbage Project. We're all about one thing and one thing only, and that's collecting a piece of space trash by any means necessary. But we're doing it in a silly way. Oh, we're always trying to be silly. Oh, it's for better or for worse. And, and sometimes on this podcast, it can feel much like the title of one of Oliver Tree's songs, Me, Myself, and I. It can feel like it's just me on this journey of space trash collection and our various efforts through this very podcast, through guerrilla marketing posters. Just this last week, we have the World Cup here in Seattle, and I went to one of the USA matches, a watch party for the USA match. I could not afford a ticket because I am saving up all of my money to collect $2 million to collect a piece of space trash, of course, so I would not waste discretionary income on that, but I was there and I printed off this massive QR code that said, "Scan me." And on the back, it said, "Together we will clean up our orbital junkyard." So I had a tripod and I lifted it up and I was just being silly, trying to gain members for the Space Trash Force. And, well, that didn't work. But, I was inspired. Oliver had just passed, but just thinking, man, it's good to be silly. And cheers to Mr. Tree. The New York Post was the first article that I saw that broke the news to me. I'm not sure how you guys found out. Maybe you're just finding out now. And if that's the case, I'd like to take a moment of silence. In Mr. Tree's honor. But how I found out was a New York Post article which read, "Life Goes On artist passed away." Now, to be fair to the Post, the New York Post, the NYP, that is his most well-known song. It's his number one song. If we check Spotify right now, maybe this has changed, but that's his number one song streamed. It's not my favorite song. It's a great song. Right now it's sitting at 737 million streams on the Spotify. So that's by far his biggest one there, from the album Ugly is Beautiful, which is in itself it's a terrifying cover art, but I like the song Out of Ordinary. Ordinary. My wife's favorite song is Me, Myself, and I. That's a great one. Let Me Down. That's a great one. That might be the song that like put me on to Oliver Tree. What was the song that put you on to Oliver Tree? Jerk. The intro to that song, beautiful. There's another song that's really struck me. I was watching a reel, so to speak. California is the audio for that. Take Me Back to California. That's where he wants to go when he dies, and he is there now. So, kind of a solemn start to this week of Mohawk P, but, it's good to be silly. So, what I did, in honor was I cut and dyed my hair jet black to an homage, an homage haircut. I did not run this past my wife before I did it. It was just something that I thought I should do to kind of celebrate Oliver Tree's life. And she hasn't seen it yet, so she's currently not at home. So I'm sure it'll be a big surprise to my wife that I've cut my hair into a semi-bowl cut and dyed it jet black. As an homage, a tribute to Oliver Tree, but, hopefully she loves it. If not, I guess I could just bick it, take a Bic razor to my head and shave it all off. So maybe this is the summer, and maybe I'll leave the rat tail. Maybe I'll leave the rat tail for her, because I know she loves it. It is the summer of the rat tail. I'll be honest, I have not seen as many rat tails as I thought I would have, since it is rat tail summer, but there's still time. It's still early June. It's a little mid-June about, so there's still time for you to grow your rat tail. And speaking of growing, actually another special silly thing we're going to do on this tribute to Oliver Tree is we have a Bob Ross Chia pet that I've acquired. This Bob Ross Chia pet, and we're gonna grow that. It's a homemade planter. If you guys never seen that, you get a quick look here if you're watching on the YouTube. Here, I'm gonna do a quick unboxing of this. We have the naked Bob Ross head here. Let's see what else. This is the plastic container where he will go, I imagine, when he's ready or when we're growing him. We have the chia seeds. Watch them grow, full grown in 1 to 2 weeks. So that's pretty cool. We got some instructions here. Let's see here. Step 1. I already looked this up, so I kind of know the first step, but we're going to fully submerge the Chia pet planter in water and soak for 30 minutes. Okay, well, here we go. We will fully submerge the Bob Ross Chia pet head. I'm kind of nervous this isn't a big enough bowl. For it. I might need to get more water. Oh no, I'm gonna need to get more water. There's not enough water in this bowl. I gotta grab like the biggest bowl I had. But looks like, yep, we're gonna need some more water. Well, I'll be right back. Let me go grab some more water. We are back. We got some more water here. We're going to, and you can watch here on the Bob Ross cam as I fully submerge the Bob Ross head into water. Right on the face. Pour it out for Oliver Tree. Pour it out. Okay, I think that's actually probably good. Because all we need to do is just get the full kind of head. Because if you look here, yeah, it's just kind of, you're kind of just getting the noggin. So I think we soak that for 30 minutes. And then let's see. Step 2 is to mix 2 teaspoons of chia seeds with 2 tablespoons of water in a separate mixer. Wait 5 minutes, then stir the seed mixture until you get a jam-like consistency. Oh, so let's set a timer here. Set a stopwatch. How about that? Oh, timer's actually probably better though, huh? It's already been in there for probably a couple minutes. So here we go. Timer's going. 28 minutes. And then, yeah, so we'll do every week we'll check in here on the Bob Ross Chia pet as it fully grows. We'll have a Bob Ross cam on each episode, so you can kind of see that and check in on it. You might even see it grow as we do the podcast. And actually, I'm thinking about this is, so if it's 30 minutes, we're gonna actually bleed into probably the Patreon. So, yeah, I may finish this work over on the Patreon. Just have like a Patreon. Yeah, and I'll just cut that out and do the full there as I apply it, maybe. And just keep it going. You know, we'll keep it going, do the little bonus pod there for ya. We just had a Patreon episode come out live from the New York City hostel that we were in. People seem to love that. Oh, the Bob Ross cam is looking really good. I just double checked it. I didn't have that turned over on my camera, so I couldn't see it. But boy, it's looking fresh. It's a good angle on it. You can fully see it. So the Bob Ross cam, I think that's a silly idea. Another little thing we want to incorporate here. I don't know how long I'll have this hair. Like I said, I don't know if my wife will let me keep it, but I got it right now. But yeah, the Patreon episode you can go check out over on the Patreon. We talked about our time meeting Hugh Jackman on the streets of New York City, some other New York City stuff. We also included a set that we did, a comedy set that we did, the full, I think it was like just 5 minutes. It was like a guest set. Oh, it was like a guest. Yeah, it was like a guest set at this comedy club in Lisbon, Portugal, where we did comedy, which we do need to do we need to do a recap because we hung up a ton of guerrilla marketing posters, and I actually recorded some footage, but I lost it. But I think it would be fun to do a full breakdown of the European adventure. Maybe if we get Meg on the pod, if she has forgiven me for dyeing my hair, for that'd be sick to have her on here. But we talked a little bit about New York on the Patreon, and a couple other New York stories. We spent a week in New York on the backside of our European trip. I stayed there and just did comedy, worked remotely and did comedy while we were there, and had this really funny encounter with a blind man walking down the streets. So my wife was in New York City to start the week with me, and we were at this crosswalk waiting to cross a crosswalk, and this man walked into Megan's back, like bumped into her really hard. And then he said, "Excuse me, ma'am, I'm blind. Can you help me across the street?" And my first thought was, okay, blind man needs help. But also, how did the blind man immediately know that he ran into a woman? Suspicious act number one. So then Meg kind of looks at me, looks back at that guy, and says, "Okay, yeah, I will." He's like, "Actually, can you help me up a couple blocks up to the CVS?" And we're crossing the crosswalk as he says that, and then he like links arms with my wife walking across, and he's like getting real close to her, and Meg's uncomfortable. So then I kind of like pull her aside, and then I link arms with him. I'm like, "Okay, hey man, I'll help you up to CVS. I'll walk you up there." And then he looks up at me, which he knows where my face is because that's where the sound is coming out of my mouth hole. And then he says, "Oh, are you jealous?" And I was like, "You bet I'm jealous, dude. I never get to walk with another man arm in arm. I want to get in on this action." That's not what I said. But I said, "Nah, man, I'm not jealous. I just think we're more comfortable if I help you here." And he's like, "Okay, I'm good. I'll make it on my own." Now, I think, if you're I don't condone this kind of, now maybe he really is blind. Maybe it is. I'll, give him the, what's that phrase? Not shadow of a doubt, but, luck of the draw. No, it's like, I'll just assume the best about him. How about that? Assume the best that he was being honest with us, that he really is blind and he did need help. But if you really needed help, wouldn't you take the help that you could get? Or was it really just a ploy to walk close to another man's wife? Or just maybe he didn't even know we were together at that point. He just saw a woman who looked nice, which she is, and would help him, walk with him. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I feel like if you needed the help, take the help. Why would you say no when it was a man, not a woman? Just saying. I don't know. Write in. Let me know what you would have done in that situation. Would you have let the blind man walk with your wife, or would you have stepped in like a gentleman to help? Because that's what I was thinking I ought to do, and that's what I did do, and he turned me down. But it was good. Besides that, I mean, we had just so much fun. Went to a lot of shows at the Comedy Cellar. Saw some great comedians. I stayed after my wife flew home. I stayed in New York City for the rest of the week and did a bunch of comedy spots at, the local comedy club, open mics, and, just networked, met some really funny people. Met this guy I should talk about over on the Patreon, Sam Johnson from Alabama. Turns out we have mutual connections and friends with some other comics I've worked with over at Zany's in Nashville. So we hung out quite a bit, went to some mics together in the city. He's spending his whole summer there, which I think is the thing to do if you're wanting to really do New York right. If you could do it over multiple weeks, I think that's, maybe I think that'd be something in the future. I mean, I think, we talked last year here on the podcast about trying to get into the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and get on Good Morning America to perpetuate our mission, educate and perpetuate our mission of collecting a piece of space trash, but we never could. But before that, we did a couple days there. We just did a week there. We didn't meet anybody, but I think maybe if you spend a whole summer, that might not do it, but it might get you closer. To doing it. But one of my favorite places I discovered that I hadn't been to before was this newer comedy club. Where is it at? It's kind of like that technically be Lower East Side. I don't know. It's like by Chinatown, actually, in Manhattan. It's this comedy club called Fear City Comedy Club. And I went there a few times, did some of their shows, and really loved that. It's like just an optimal space. It's designed for comedy. It's a smaller space, but seems like good people. As much as I got to know them, Really love that spot. One of my last sets I did there was this guy that went on about 2 comics before me. And if I have footage, I'll show just like a screen grab of this guy's hair, but it was like this like 2-foot tall mohawk, like it was just straight up. I mean, it seemed like it was just super glued up. And as he stood on stage, the ceilings are so low, his mohawk was like brushing up against the ceiling of the comedy club as he did his whole set. It would like bent over. You know, if you think like if you had like a, I don't know, like a, yeah, just like you held up like a feather on a ceiling and it would kind of bend. And that's what his mohawk was doing as he was on stage. So right off the top of my set, I riffed on that a little bit. So I'll play that for you guys.
It's good to be here. And this part of the ceiling's really clean. Yes. Wiped it down, dude. Yeah. That's good. I like it. I washed your hair tonight, though, for sure. There's a roach in it. There's a roach in it. Yeah, that's what's up.
And that was just good old-fashioned fun right there. That's good old-fashioned American fun right there, dude. Yeah, we did that. Yeah, enjoyed there. I got to see some comics I've seen before, but like seeing them just get like so much better, even like continually getting better. There's this comic I saw last time I was in New York, Ethan Simons Patterson. So funny. So if you have not, it's criminal, his social media following, because of in relation to how funny he is. Like, it's crazy that more people like haven't but put on to him yet. Hilarious, just rapid fire punchlines, just so silly. It's good to be silly. So silly. So clever, just great writing, great energy, great stage presence. I mean, he's going to blow up. I mean, I feel like if it's not, then there's injustice, you know, in the comedy world if he isn't just selling out comedy clubs in the next few years all over the country, all over the world. Hilarious. Another recommendation I got for you guys in the comedy world, just put out a Don't Tell. Well, actually, I think it's like within the last year. But I just watched his Don't Tell comedy set, like a little 10, 12 minute set put up on their YouTube channel. Greer Barnes, he has this joke about this squirrel in the park, and it had me cry laughing. I haven't laughed at I've cry laughed at a comedy show, like live, where it's like meant to be viewed in person. You got the energy, but just watching a clip on the internet, you know, by myself, just cry laughing, haven't happened in so long. It is hilarious. So please go check out Greer Barnes, squirrel joke from his Don't Tell set. Yeah, you gotta see it, dude. He does the squirrel voice. It's very silly. So funny. You got to watch it, please, for all that is good in the world. And there's so much good in the world. Something that, let's talk about some world news. We don't have any space news this week, and I am sorry about that. But we do have some weird world news. Number one being, so North America is hosting the World Cup this year. If you don't know that, what are you doing? But we're hosting the World Cup. So there's a bunch of games in America. If I don't know how many cities are hosting World Cup, but there's people from all over the world are coming here, maybe for the first time in their lives, to watch World Cup matches. And there's these videos online of Europeans, I think Europeans specifically, who love their football, discovering ranch, and they're going crazy. I mean, the TSA even made like social media posts like, hey, if you're in America for the World Cup and you want to bring ranch home, remember to check it in your checked bags, because it was such an issue of Europeans trying to fly back home with bottles of ranch in their carry-on luggage. They have to leave it behind. And Let me just tell you, buddy, we got packets of ranch. You don't even need the liquid version. I mean, I think ranch had its heyday in America in the early 2000s. I mean, I think ranch for me is like 2010 or 2011. Like ranch was just like it was like ranch had like a renaissance in America, I feel like in the mid 2000s, the 2010s, people were all about it. And, I had friends come stay at my house, had this one friend, and he would bring his own ranch to like sleepovers. He brought his own Hidden Valley bottle to the sleepover because he wanted to be sure that he had enough ranch for his pizza. I mean, just crazy stuff, but I think it's really died off. I think people even who love ranch, um, still today, I don't. I can't stand it anymore. I got burnt out on it. I think even them, their love for the ranch has really died off uh recently, over the last 5. I think COVID killed ranch, to be honest. I think maybe there was like a second wave, not of COVID, but of ranch enthusiasm during the pandemic, and people just got burnt out on it. Like sourdough, sourdough was popular during the pandemic and in the heat of the pandemic. And we got 12 minutes left on soaking the Bob Ross. So just a quick Bob Ross had a update. We got 12 minutes left of soaking this bad boy before we put some chia seeds on it. We get that puppy rocking and rolling. But other weird world news besides Europeans and their infatuation with ranch is also I got put on to this Seagull competition. So I guess there is
I found it hilarious that it was one competition in a thing that I was doing, what was very weird. I didn't know about it, so I just thought, and I turned 40 that year, and I think that kind of ticked in, that I was like, okay, I'm not going to be boring or do only grown-up things now. I'll do this competition.
I mean, if there's anything that teaches you it's good to be silly, it's participating in the annual European Seagull screeching competition in Belgium. It's a Belgian coastal town. Does this every year, and it's just I mean, that first one, that guy had to have won. Am I right? Those are incredible. I don't even know if I could. Let me just listen. Let's listen one more time. Okay, now let's all take a moment. Let's listen one more time, and then let's see if we could do it here. Oh, what happened? Oh, the Bob Ross camera. Hold on. Bob Ross camera went out. Had to get that going again, but we're back. We're back with the Bob Ross camera. Not sure how long that was out, but she is back. Okay, back to the Seagull competition. Let's all listen one more time, and then let's see how good our Seagull impersonation is. Okay, that was horrible. If you just did one with me, I'm sure you beat me. I am sure you beat me. These guys, I'd lose. But 15 countries compete at the annual European Seagull Screeching Championship. I mean, if you're looking for something to do to be silly, a new hobby, give, seagull screeching, give that a shot. Also, some other weird world news we got is I saw this reel of this traveler going through airport security, and I guess they had smelled something funky on this. It was a woman. they smelled something funky on this woman, and what they'd come to find out that there were 58 live tortoises strapped to her thighs that she was trying to smuggle in turtles. Where was this? Oh, this is a hilarious comment. Everyone get down. I have tortoises and I'm not afraid to use them. Oh, that's really good. Somebody said emotional support tortoises. Okay, I'm not actually sure where this happened. Another good comment here. I'm honestly confused how you strap that many tortoises to your thigh. I mean, that's great. How many tortoises could I strap to my thigh? I mean, I would say, they're pretty, if you're watching here on the video on YouTube, they're pretty small tortoises. Like, they're small. They look about like the size, they could fit into your palm. They're smaller, maybe 12. But how do you walk like that? And these poor tortoises, that's just something crazy. Like, I want to know, like, what happened in that moment where the security, airport security was like, y'all smell that? What's going on here? And then they're like, ma'am, are you okay? Or like, how do you even breach that conversation, especially because where they were taped or strapped to? Crazy, dude. And people are crazy, dude. Like, there was this lady, and you guys may have seen it, this lady in Seattle, Washington, who drove her car onto the light rail tracks, like the train tracks for the light rail. And she said she just took a wrong, like her GPS took her, like Michael Scott driving through the lake in The Office. Like, it says I'm supposed to turn here. So like she did, and she just got onto the light rail. I'm like, crazy, dude. I don't know. All right. We got 6 minutes left before Bob Ross gets seated. I'm getting toasty. I might have to change for the Patreon episode. But we got good news, folks. For the growth of our movement, the Space Trash Force, we have added a new country to the Space Trash Force, folks. That's right. For the first time ever, we have a listener. Unfortunately, not in Ireland, not in Portugal, where we hung up a bunch of guerrilla marketing posters, but we have added a listener in the very controversial country of Israel. Now, I'm not going to say anything about what's happening politically. That's not what we're doing here. We are committed specifically to being silly, being funny, and collecting a piece of space trash. But I want to welcome you here, and just say that the space trash is for all people. So I want to welcome you to the Space Trash Force. We are happy to have you here as a listener. We are sure that whatever you were doing there in Israel, that you are just a human. You're a fellow human there who cares about space trash collection. So we celebrate you being a part of the Space Trash Force. And I want to ask you, I want to ask all the listeners here, what do you want? Besides helping, us collect a piece of space trash, what do you want? Something I just realized I wanted for the first time ever in my life is I want a lawn. I don't need to own the lawn. Actually, I do want to own the lawn. I don't need to own a house with the lawn, but there's something about being able to control a lawn, to build a lawn. My neighbor, they're redoing their front lawn, and I'm judging them because I think what they're doing, it looks horrible. They tore up all of their grass and they put down nothing but like mulch and these like big rocks. I don't know what the grand plan is, but right now I cannot see this going well at all. And I think it's completely ruining their curb appeal. And it just got me thinking, man, I wish I had a lawn that I could make look beautiful. I'd put a little pond there for some tortoises. we would have we'd have like water features, like little water features. We'd have like a gnome. Oh, to have a lawn to put a gnome in. Boy, that'd be good. Okay, let's close this out. We got 3 minutes left here on the soak. Let's close it out. We posted this clip to Instagram. Let's see here, of a podcast clip of talking about staying at this hotel in Reno. Which was, we paid 60 cents, not even $60. We paid, that's right, 60 cents. And people, this is one of our most viewed clips from the podcast on the internet to date, and get a lot of funny comments here. So I just kind of wanted to read. People are, I guess I'm pronouncing it wrong. They're saying it's pronounced Reno and not Reno. But there's mixed people, because some people say, as a Reno local, I'm going to start saying Reno for sure now. And then new local vocal stem unlocked. I don't know what that means. This guy, Sino Tatamo, why is he saying Reno like that? Let's see. In the clip, we talk about it costing 60 cents, but people keep asking, why would you stay at the Ramada Inn? I've never stepped in that building. I've lived in Reno my whole life. I live in Reno. Even I don't go to the Ramada. You missed the point there, buddy. The hotel, it only costs us 60 cents to stay there. That's why we stayed there. You silly? People saying, I've never been to Reno before. Well, I have. I thought there was some funny comments, but I can't even. Dude, no one stays there. Timer is done. Let's see. Is there any more? Reno is beautiful. There's a picture. This dirty cat says, I can't tell if this dude is rage baiting or not. While the Ramada is one of the worst casinos you could stay in while you're in Reno, there are far better places you could stay. Why would you subject yourself to a worse experience is beyond my understanding. It was only 60 cents. Silly guy. And I said, it was only 60 cents. He says, my point exactly. You should know better, my guy. I hate when people say, my guy. Okay, so actually, I don't know if there's many people who are just freaking out about saying Reno. Where the heck is Reno? Reno. And I'm kind of even sorry for bringing this up. I think actually what I wanted to do was look up the funny comments that people posted to, I don't know if I already did that though. I might have already done it, of like the people posting funny comments on my gluten-free wife joke. For the love of God, never say Reno like that ever again. Well, I've learned my lesson. I will never do it again. Yeah, well, I'm sorry for bringing that up, guys. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But we're going to head over to the Patreon to finish building. I got to do a quick wardrobe change to get out of this hot clothes for the Bob Ross head. But I'll see you over on the Patreon. Thank you guys for listening to the week of Mikey's Orbital Garbage Project. Together, we will clean up our orbital junkyard.